Hello folks, it is I, Airsoft Ninja. I have worked and played Airsoft for more than half a decade all over SoCal and beyond. And I'm here to bring you these honest reviews on how our SoCal Airsoft parks did these past year by using a 6-category judging system I came up with. Each category will have their own subcategories of a maximum 10 points per item. When you add them all up and divide by 6, you get the average score. Please note that these are only my opinions. I believe this series can be a great tool to help you, the players, to understand other parks, and you, the parks, to know what you are good at and what to improve upon. Enjoy! Hello folks, it is I, Airsoft Ninja, and welcome to another honest review of Airsoft parks in Southern California. Today we will be reviewing WarpedOps Airsoft. You can find the website on WarpedOps.com, and there's the address. This park is located in the Castalic Lake area up near Ventura, which is just right above Six Flags. Now I've been here to WarpedOps a few times now. In 2014 I've been there just once, but in 2013 I've been there 3 times. So I feel comfortable judging this park. Got a small understanding. I don't live in that area, so obviously I can't attend there often, but I do have friends that live near that area that have been there when I am not there, and they also gave me the input on this park to add to this review. Matter of fact, the footages you see here are from my friend Val Airsoft, who lives in that area and was happy to share these footages with me. Played with Val Airsoft at WarpedOps a few times now, and he also went to the Ladies event there just for photography. And he's an excellent guy. If you ever see him on the field, he will have shark teeth on his mask. Now, with no further ado, let's get to the judging. So the first category we have is facility. On number of fields, I gave this park a 5 because they have 5 fields. Now actually the entire park is one big field, but it's really split into 5 different kind of fields. They have the city, and then they have the uphill area where it's got the 2 bunkers and 2 flags with the barbed wire, and then they have trenches. They have this pig town, I believe it's called, and then at the end you got the bushes area where you have the final flag. Almost every time I've played there, they have had all 5 fields together into one big field. But it is 5 fields, so I'll give them 5 points. Next is for organizations of fields. Now this field is really organized. It's great for CQB throughout the city, and then the trenches is deep enough to where you can hide in them comfortably. And then you've got the bushes obviously to run through. You've got one big main road from end to end of all these fields. The only reason I would give it a 7 is when you run up that hill, they have barbed wires that really does get in the way. They don't really provide any tactical usefulness. It'd be better off if they put the barbed wire at the end of the field to let people know where the boundary of the field is. See this barbed wire right here? Not that barbed wire, but when you run up the hill, it'll look exactly like that. And then also there are this deep water tunnel way. I don't know what it's called. But anyways, on that area, a lot of folks don't know if it's out of bound or not. So therefore they run down the hill and run all the way past the trenches and try to get on the other side of the pig town. That place probably could use, if it is indeed part of the map, probably could use more coverage. So only those 2 places I believe needs more organization. Other than that, it's doing well. I give it a 7. Restroom. They only have 2 portalets. last I checked. Portalets are not favored. You don't. Ladies who go there would not have a very good time. It is clean. I do see white bees in there, and I have seen staff clean it sometimes. But it's just 2 portalets out in the open. It's not the most comfortable thing. I've got to give it a 3 on that. Shops. Now they do have a pro shop, which only have gas and BBs, and that's it. Nothing else. You can rent guns from there, and that's about it. They take your cash, and yeah, that's it. So not a whole lot of shopping you can do at the place. I'm gonna give it a 5. Food in the area. About 7 minutes away there will be more food, and that's about it. There's no food on site. They didn't bother to get a food truck here, although they do get a good number of people there every Saturday and Sunday, so I don't see why they couldn't get a food truck there. They should. That would eliminate folks having to go out or order Domino's to get here at the park. Now, the staff are nice enough to say, hey, if you need to order Domino's before the last game, before lunch, please do so now, and they'll help you out on that. They're very helpful with that. So, but since there's no food in the area, I'm gonna have to give it a 5. Next up, we have Sportsmanship of regular players. Now, friendliness. Now, in 2013, I've been there, and they have the regular players. Some of them are really friendly, and then there are others that are just not very friendly at all. I would show high five and good sportsmanship. They wouldn't high five back. They would cheat by running into game early on before the whistle is blown. Things like that. I understand stuff like that are in every park. You can have people who are not friendly, people who are. But these are regular players we're talking about, and you can usually tell right away who are the regulars and who are not. I have, however, heard of improvements. In 2014, my friend went here to this ladies' event and told me the people who used to play there, he recognized some of them who has played there, aren't being jerks anymore. They kind of mostly keep to themselves. So I am assuming the staff there were being supportive of players being friendly, or at least not be jerks, at the very least. Meaning arguments on the field and all the annoying things you don't want to deal with while playing Airsoft. So having them shown improvements, I will give it a 7. I have been there one time where my car was having problems, and a bunch of players come and help me start up the car and help me push the car, and I was really thankful for that. And that was in 2014 when I went there to play, and I don't remember that kind of environment being shown in 2012 and 2013. So I myself have also seen improvements. I'm thankful for those players being helpful, and a 7 is well deserved. Now, as far as regular teams goes, I believe Team Toad is no longer in existence. They got warped up by some other regular team there that I don't remember the name of. And from what I've known in this ladies' event, for example, they mostly keep to themselves. So I am also seeing improvements in the attitudes of those teams and how they portray the park. So since I give friendliness to other regulars players a 7, and I haven't seen a whole lot of differences from those teams, I will give it a 7 as well. And now we have the next category, which is about the staff. Let's start with helpfulness. Now I have reasons to put a 6 on helpfulness for the staff. They're not as helpful as I've seen in other parks, and that's about it. I'm not gonna go into detail about it. They're great staff, however, but I've just seen more friendliness and helpfulness in other parks than this park. And then we have rules understanding. These staffs, however, they understand the rules. I don't see any dispute among rules from different referees. They all play by the exact same book, I believe, and I don't see one ref play a game this way and another ref play another game another way. I don't say that, and you can find that a lot of times in other parts. So for that, I will give it a 9. They know the rules, they know the safety rules well too. They for sure enforce it well enough, and that is appreciated. And then we have game setup. They do great games setup. Most games they play at WarpedOps are long games. They last about 30 minutes to an hour, or even longer than an hour. The only thing I would have against this place on game setup is the last game. We always want our last game at a park to be the best game, and just my opinion, the last game is not the best game at this park. You get only one life, and it's called ambush. One team hide throughout the map, and the other team has to get to the end of the map and raise their flag, and everybody only get one life. I prefer the last game to have many lives and just a speedball, spend out all your ammo, that kind of deal. So maybe they could do a better job on the last game, just my opinion. And now reflection on management. I actually don't see that too much, being that I haven't been here enough, but I will give it an 8, seeing how organized the staff are, just how well they understood the rules and how well they enforce it, which really comes down to problems, and that I have seen improvement among regular players' attitudes. So I am assuming that the staff are happy and they are doing a good job to help improve the park, which reflects good on the management. So I will give it an 8 on that. And next we have park management, which I always say is the most important part of Airsoft Park. On helpfulness, since I have never actually seen the Airsoft manager there, but by judging the staff service there, since I gave them a 6, I'm probably gonna give helpfulness on park management just about a 6, since they mostly rely on the staff to do everything as I've seen. I don't see the management really being out there in the open, showing the point of view or anything like that. On rules explanation, I gave them an 8. The rules are solid. They are on their website, and that have never changed. And when last few times I've went there, FPS limit is solid. Everybody knows it's well explained. The rules are always explained right before the first game starts, and everybody knows that. I would only give it an 8 because I think they can post the rules in black and white somewhere, and that would be really awesome. Next we have comfort of players. I have seen more benches throughout the years, and I have seen shades on top of those benches to help keep the players cool, and that is well appreciated. They could probably use more of a water fountain there or something for people who don't want to pay $1 for a bottle of water. That would be helpful. And that's about it. Since I've seen improvements, I won't give it a 5 just because before they don't have a whole lot to keep the players comfortable. You basically stage out of your car. Now I personally enjoy staging right out of my car and next to a field. That's just perfect for me. But not everybody likes that. But since they have improved, 7 it is. Reflections on staff. I gave that also a 7, since I don't see the management out there too often showing themselves. Reflection on staff, since the staff are helpful to extend and they understand the rules so well, and there's no difference in game setup or anything like that, I'll give it a 7 on that. Website update, I'm gonna give it a 5. They have all the rules shown on the website perfectly fine, and everything is great, except they just don't update their website. This video is made on January 7th of 2015, and this ladies event is still on the website, and that was on that happened November 2014. So they really gotta update their website. So a 5 it is. Alright, let's talk about the pricing. Walk-ons, $20. That's reasonable. That's pretty much the average price. I know parks are raising their price, but this place stay on $20 for 5 fields, and that deserves an 8. Events. They don't really have a whole lot of events. They sometimes have milsim days, which they post on the website, and that's about it. Their last event was ladies, November, with Airsoft Unicorn and Adela Relentless, the Evite crew. But other than that, you don't really see a whole lot of events, so I give this place a 5 on that. Night games. Now they have night games. They cost another extra $25, and they have lights for night games, which are only in the city, and night games contain only from the trenches to the city. I don't think that's worth $25 for night games. So I'm gonna have to give it a 4 on that. I think it's overpriced. I don't think it's worth the money, and I think they should put more resources into night games if they want to charge that much. Coupons and discounts. I've never seen any coupons or discounts, except for military discount, which they do give at that place. And that's about it. I don't see anything else. I'm giving a 5 on that one. Next up, we have activities, and that boils down to promotions and events. Now, promotion, I have not seen a whole lot. The last I've seen was the ladies event by Evike, and that's about it. They promote that a little bit, they promote that at the Evike store, they promote that on YouTube a little bit, and that's about it, and on their website. But other than that, I've never seen any big events at this park that I've heard of being shown. So on promotion wise, I might give it a 5, just because they are not very active in promoting this place. And then events, like I said, they have the milsim Sunday sometimes, and they have the night games sometimes. But not any huge events that happens even once a year. So yeah, 5 on that one. Alright folks, here it is. Let's add these points up. For facility, because you've got a great field, except restroom, shops, and food, you get 29 points. Now on sportsmanship of regular players, you get plus the importance points, 18 points. Now for staff service, add importance and you get 39 points. And this is due to the staff. They really know what they're doing as professionals. They also know some medical skills, which I actually failed to mention, but now I mentioned it. Let's go to park management. It's the most important part of any airsoft parks. Add all those criteria together plus the important points, and you get 48 points. And now we have price. Let's add that up together plus importance, and we got 26 points. And last but not least, we have activities. Let's add them up. And more points. Alright folks, there are all the points. Let's add them all up and divide by 22 subcategories, and we have 11.7 average. That's not bad at all. That's actually better than I was expecting. This park had a few issues it needs to fix, but they can be easily fixed, and this park is improving, which is a really good sign. On top of that, they have some really amazing fields. So yeah, 7.7 sounds fair enough. Yeah, this park has a few misfit, but just the fact that it is doing better, and the facility is really nice. 7.7 is really good for this park, and I just want to say good job to WarpedOps for that. There are a few things you guys do need to fix up, so hopefully you guys will continue to improve, as I have seen and other people have seen as well. Alrighty, this is Airsoft Ninja clocking out.